For years, people believed the Rat Pack was just a glamorous party. Tuxedos, whiskey glasses, late-night jokes, and a stage filled with swagger. But if you look closer, something deeper was happening behind that smoke and laughter. Because while the world saw a group of equals, one man in that circle was living a very different reality. Sammy Davis Jr. was performing brilliance on stage, while quietly navigating a world that still didn't fully accept him. And standing beside him, more often than anyone realized, was Frank Sinatra. Their connection began long before Las Vegas turned them into legends. In 1941, backstage in Detroit, a 26-year-old Frank Sinatra crossed paths with a 15-year-old Sammy Davis Jr., who was performing with the Will Maston Trio. It wasn't a dramatic introduction, just two performers sharing the same hallway, the same nervous energy before stepping into the spotlight. But something about the moment stuck. Years later, in 1945, Sammy showed up outside Sinatra's CBS radio show in Los Angeles. Not asking for favors, just reconnecting. Sinatra remembered him immediately. That quiet recognition mattered more than applause. By 1947, Sinatra had enough influence to make decisions, and he used it. When choosing an opening act for a major 3-week run at the Capitol Theater in New York, he specifically asked for the Will Maston Trio. At the time, Sammy was famous for impressions, flawlessly mimicking other singers. But Sinatra told him something simple that changed his path. Stop imitating and sing as yourself. That encouragement wasn't just professional advice, it was belief. Still, belief didn't protect Sammy from the reality of America in the 1940s and 1950s. One night in 1950, Sammy went to see Sinatra perform at the Copacabana in New York, and he was turned away at the door because he was black. When Sinatra heard about it, he demanded Sammy return the next night as his personal guest. No announcement, no speech, just loyalty. Moments like that built a bond that would define both of their lives. Then came November 19th, 1954. Sammy was driving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles when a sudden collision nearly killed him. His face was shattered, and the damage to his left eye forced doctors to replace it with a prosthetic. For many performers, that would have been the end. Sinatra stepped in quietly. He paid medical bills. He offered Sammy a place to recover, and he made sure the stage would still be there when his friend returned. 2 months later, Sammy was performing again. By the early 1960s, their friendship exploded into public legend. Alongside Dean Martin, Peter Lawford, and Joey Bishop, they became the Rat Pack, dominating Las Vegas, starring in Ocean's 11, and turning the Sands Hotel into the most electrifying stage in America. But beneath the jokes and martinis, there was something else happening. Sinatra was using his influence to challenge segregation. When hotels refused Sammy service, Sinatra refused to perform. Not out of politics, out of brotherhood. Their relationship wasn't perfect. Years later, tensions rose when Sammy struggled with cocaine. Sinatra, blunt as ever, gave him a hard ultimatum. For several years, they barely spoke. The silence hurt both men deeply. But in a moment that felt almost cinematic, was Sammy once surprised Sinatra on stage during a performance of The Lady is a Tramp. The audience erupted as the two men reunited under the spotlight. No speech, no apology, just music. By May 1990, Sammy Davis Jr. was dying of throat cancer at 64. When Sinatra spoke after his death, the usual Rat Pack humor was gone. Instead, he said something simple. He wished the world could have known Sammy the way he did. That sentence revealed the truth behind decades of rumors. Behind the glamour, the jokes and the legend, their bond wasn't just entertainment history, it was something rarer. Two men who protected each other in a world that didn't always play fair, and never forgot where that loyalty began.